So I can hardly believe it. It's time to start walking. Spent 2 nights at the Holiday Inn Express here in Silver City. My friend Mike left yesterday. Got my pack together today. Pretty heavy. I got a lot of water in it though. Nice cool morning, almost too cool for a t-shirt, but I think I'll warm up. If not, I'll just throw another layer on. But really sunny out. I've got about 7 miles to get to trail. Not really looking forward to doing a 7-mile road walk to start this thing off, but that's how it worked out. Another thing, at the trail days, a lot of talk of the Gila River being high, maybe too high to hike, or just to really slow you down a lot. But I'm gonna give it a try anyway. I still really want to do that low route, and I'll just pick my crossing places carefully. If the river looks too crazy, I'll backtrack and figure out a plan B. But I'll show you the views along the way. Right now, it's a pretty boring road walk. Talk to you later. About 4.5 miles until I get off this road. It's a nice walk. Good morning. Very few cars. Cool scenery. Hit some Forest Service road for the last 1.6. Comes a car. Finally feels like I'm in the woods again. I also met a hiker back there named Hollywood. He is also planning on the Gila alternate route, so that's good. Not the only crazy. I'm taking a little break in the shade here, and I was stopped with a couple other hikers, and about 4 more walked by while we've been here, so definitely not going to be alone on this section. So that's great. Everyone seems real nice so far. I think we're all kind of in a bunch because we came out of trail days, so that's good. That's what I was expecting. Safer to do river crossings and stuff like that with a group, so we'll see how that goes. But I may stop short today because I don't want to push myself too much on the first day out, and I don't know if those people probably will go a little further, but maybe I'll catch them tomorrow. Might be some other people coming up behind me too, so maybe camping at a water source. I'm sure there'll probably be someone else there. All right, we'll talk later. This is Bear Creek. I've been hanging out here for probably a couple hours now. I think I'm going to call it an early day. Nice campsite back there. Water's flowing good. I got a early start this morning. It's 6:27 and I'm on the trail. Slept really good last night. I hung out at that campsite for hours and hours. I think I got there at 2 o'clock, 2:30, and stayed the night. But I really didn't want to strain myself, and man, I met so many people there. Everybody came through and just hung out for a while, so can't remember anybody's names. It was like the first day at work or something like that, where you meet just tons of people, get all this information, but it's hard to kind of remember everything. But anyway, this is beautiful. Let me flip you around. It's actually a little darker out than it looks, but it's almost light, full light now. Look at this. Not in Virginia anymore. I think I did about 13 yesterday. 13, maybe 14 miles. Hard to say. It was enough for a first day. Today, my goal, I don't know if I'll make it, but I'd like to lay eyes on the Gila River at 17 miles. This shouldn't be a problem. So if we can get to 17 today, we'll hit the actual river and we'll see what kind of challenge we're in for in the last day or two of this leg. It's an old cabin. There's been some old mining debris around too. I'm off the UTV trail that I've been hiking for quite a while, since we left the pavement, and now finally on single track. But this trail is surprisingly overgrown. Not terrible, but certainly not well traveled. So going up this little drainage here. Water in the drainage, but it's kind of slimy and green. There is a good water source up here in a little ways, about 4 miles or something. There's the creek bed. That didn't last long. Back on some UTV trail. The sun is coming up over the mountain. I'm up here on top of a little ridge and it's beautiful. This is finally happening, guys. You all don't realize how long I've been thinking about this trip. Okay, talk to you later. Look at this territory. Do you think you could even bushwhack through that? Let me zoom in. Those little spires and stuff are like 50, 100 feet high. Man, crazy. This Gila alternate just got real. Woo, behind me. I'm going pretty much straight uphill. I think I've got about half the climb done. But yeah, no switchbacks here. Straight up, long trail style. At least it's dry. I put this away before I break it. There's a trail junction up here in about a mile, and I'm trying to make it there for lunch. It's almost noon. Walking through this burn, the sun is definitely kicking my butt. Still feel good though, and there's a lot of water. I just got some water from a nice little spring. I gotta figure out where the trail goes. It is almost 6:30, and I have a 2.5 mile descent down to the Gila River. If I find water before that, I'm gonna camp there. I don't have enough water to dry camp, so I have to make it to some water. Man, it's been a good day, but it's been a hard day. No doubt about that. I'll show you a picture of camp when I get there. I camped at Sapillo Creek last night, which is 0.2 from the Gila River. I'm 17 miles from Doc Campbell's post, which is where I resupply. Normally, I would try to get there today, but I have to ford the Gila River. I think it's going to be like, no joke, 50 times in that distance. And it's really pretty high, relatively high this year, so it's going to be tough. I'm figuring 2 full days. I'm sure there's a few people coming up behind me, and a bunch went yesterday, so we'll see how it goes, but I'm not alone. I am going to kind of take my time this morning. I didn't cook a dinner last night. I might make some breakfast and let it warm up a little bit. The idea of crossing icy water right now, at least let the sun come up a little bit. And since I'm only trying for like, whatever, half of 17 today, it's no big rush. So I'll see you out there on the trail. This is Sapillo Creek. I camped right next to it. And we're just going to get this party started this morning. There's no point in even putting it off, is there? Do it. Let's go. Hell yeah. Let's go. So that was a heck of a day. I made it about halfway to Doc Campbell's. Hiked with a bunch of different people. Most of them that I was with for the majority of the day are just a little bit behind me, so I'll just wait for them in the morning. I definitely feel better about these crossings when there's other people, and some of them have been kind of sketchy. They came up to my belly a couple times. So I'm gonna bed down for the night, have a nice dinner. It's a beautiful campsite. Look at this. It is walled in this canyon. There's my tent and my pack. The bottom of my pack got wet, so when I get my sleeping bag out, we'll see if it's still dry. I think it is. It's in a trash bag. So, not much else this way. I wish I was a duck and I could fly to Doc Watson's today. We got 7 miles. It'll probably take all day. Some of the most beautiful hiking I've ever done, though. It is so gorgeous down here. Had a nice private campsite last night. I'm just waiting for the rest of the group I was with yesterday to get here, and then I'll walk with them. Talk later.
You okay? It's chill. Yeah. I don't think there's a wrong way.
Okay. Got it. I'm behind you.
Oh, y'all's looks better than ours. Maybe.
Right, faster. I'm slipping. There we go.
Good job. Woo!